Film starts in 1957 when a Russian cargo plane flies over Antarctica. On board are 2 pilots and armed men guarding a lockbox. Hours before landing, a deadly plan unfolds. The co-pilot goes to the cargo area, pretends everything is fine. Then suddenly, he opens fire. Chaos erupts. The main pilot loses his life. Control is lost, and the plane crashes into the icy wilderness. Everyone on board loses their lives. Years later, the story shifts to Antarctica's Amundsen-Scott South Pole Station, where the base is preparing for evacuation before a massive storm and a long polar night. We meet Carrie Stetko, a deputy U.S. Marshal who has spent 2 years there and plans to leave the job. Her closest friend on the base is Dr. John Fury, with whom she shares her thoughts. Meanwhile, base manager Sam Murphy reports a body found near Howarth Mesa and sends Carrie to investigate. Carrie asks Dr. Fury, who was about to return home after a long stay, to come along with pilot Delelfi. They head out. At the remote, icy site, they find a frozen body lying near a deep crevasse. Fury first assumes it might be a climbing accident, but that seems unlikely since there's no gear. The face is badly damaged, making identification difficult. Using an ID card, they confirm the man is Anton Weiss, a geologist who studied meteorites, someone both Carrie and Fury knew. The body is taken back to the base, and the grim discovery quickly ruins the atmosphere. Dr. John Fury examines the body and finds something suspicious. Weiss has a fresh leg wound that was quickly stitched, and marks on his body suggest he was attacked with an ice axe. Carrie realizes this is not an accident. It's clearly murder. This makes things worse. If a murder is confirmed in Antarctica, everyone might be forced to stay for a long investigation. Even then, Carrie Stetko refuses to ignore it. Fury advises her to leave on the next flight and let others handle it, but she doesn't agree, especially since the victim was someone they knew. Carrie checks records and learns Weiss was linked to another camp. When she tries to contact it by radio, there's no response. Soon after, a call comes from Vosto Station. A man named John Mooney, who worked with Weiss, sounds scared and tells Carrie to come meet him, but only her. This makes things more suspicious. At the same time, the storm arrives earlier than expected, and evacuation chaos begins. With little time left, Carrie decides to fly to Vasto with Delelfi. Before leaving, she takes a gun, triggering brief flashbacks from a past case in Miami. When they reach Vasto, the station is almost empty and deadly cold. Delelfi tells her not to go alone, but Carrie goes inside to look for Mooney. She finds him alive, but barely. His throat is severely injured, and he dies. Moments later, suddenly a masked attacker with an ice axe ambushes her. Carrie manages to escape into the storm and struggles to reach another building. In the process, her hands are badly injured from the freezing cold while forcing a door shut. Exhausted, she collapses. Later, she wakes up. Delelfi had found her and treated her injuries. But Carrie isn't done. She returns to the scene and finds another man near Mooney's body. She points her gun at him, but he introduces himself as Robert Price, a UN security agent. After checking his ID, she realizes he's also investigating. The UN is involved because a geologist's killing in Antarctica could turn into an international issue. And now there are 2 deaths. To avoid conflict between countries, the truth must be found quickly. Even though she doesn't fully trust him, Carrie teams up with Price. Along with Delelfi, they follow their next lead, a missing 3rd scientist, Michael Rubin. They believe he might be the killer or holds the key to everything. They travel to Delta Camp where the scientists were working. The place is abandoned. While searching, they find maps, documents, and equipment. But one detail stands out. Along with normal gear, there are explosives. Carrie immediately realizes something is wrong because meteorite research doesn't require explosives. From the search maps, they realize the team suddenly stopped at one exact location. Using that clue, Carrie, Robert, and Delelfi travel there by snow vehicle.at first. It looks like nothing, just endless white ice. Delelfi suggests going back, but Carrie feels something is hidden here. While checking the ground, the ice suddenly breaks beneath Carrie and she falls into a deep hole. Luckily, she's alive. And down there, she sees blood. This isn't a natural crack, but a man-made tunnel. Robert and Delelfi climb down, too. And Carrie gets angry that he didn't tell them earlier, but he says he needed to be sure he could trust them. Suddenly, the ice around the hole collapses, sealing their exit, trapped inside the plane. With freezing air and limited time, panic rises. Carrie also realizes something important. Weiss didn't die from a fall. He lost his life after being attacked with an ice axe, and his body was thrown outside to make it look like an accident. To escape, Robert suggests using an emergency hatch. Delelfi is scared because the plane is old and unstable, but they have no choice. Using Carrie's radio power source, Robert manages to trigger a small blast and open a way out. They quickly escape the wreck. Back outside, their vehicle doesn't start at first and the storm is getting worse. But eventually it works and they manage to return to the base. Back at the base, Sam is arranging flights to evacuate everyone before the storm shuts everything down. Carrie feels frustrated since there's still no clue about Ruben. She checks the system for Weiss and finds something strange. When his body was found, he had been dead for only about 24 hours, and evidence suggests he was thrown from a plane. But the flight records from that day were already deleted, which raises serious suspicion. Carrie wants to question all the pilots, but Sam reminds her they have only 20 hours to evacuate and tells her to focus on her injured hand. She goes to Dr. John Fury, who gives her bad news. Her fingers are too damaged due to frostbite, and to stop infection from spreading, they must be removed. Carrie is devastated, but she has no choice. When she was in her room, she couldn't button up with one hand, which made her upset because she had lost 2 fingers. She starts crying, and then Robert walks in. He talks to her, and Carrie opens up about her past. During a case, her own partner betrayed her, and she had to kill him. Since then, she has carried guilt and lost trust in people. Robert comforts her. Soon, they get news that the missing scientist, Ruben, has been found. Carrie rushes to meet him, but he's terrified and locks himself in a room with a knife. Calmly, she asks what happened. Ruben explains that while searching for meteorites, they picked up unusual signals and discovered the crashed Russian plane. Instead of reporting it, they explored it themselves and found boxes. While opening one, Weiss injured his leg and needed help. They went to the station for assistance, but trusted the wrong person. Before Ruben can reveal the name, Dr. Fury walks in. Ruben panics and runs, and Carrie chases after him. He was actually trying to escape the base, but as soon as he reaches the exit, he comes face to face with the killer. Ruben is attacked, but to save himself, he runs outside. Carrie somehow manages to open the door and follows him. She does manage to catch the killer, but by then, Ruben had already lost his life. When the attacker regains consciousness, his identity is revealed. He is Hayden, a worker from their own station. Under pressure, he admits the containers from the plane are in his belongings. Just then, Sam warns they have only 15 minutes left to evacuate. Robert goes to check the plane cargo while Carrie searches Hayden's room, but Hayden escapes. While searching for him, Carrie finds Delelfi badly injured from a knife attack. Robert arrives, and for a moment Carrie suspects him, but he convinces her he's been looking for Doctor. They call John to treat Delelfi, who has lost a lot of blood. Sam orders immediate evacuation, warning they'll be trapped for 6 months if they stay. But Carrie and Robert refuse to leave Delelfi behind. While moving him, Carrie notices a missing plane key and realizes Hayden must have taken it after fighting with Delelfi. They rush outside. Hayden has already started the plane. In the middle of the storm, he turns back toward the base, planning to leave them outside in the deadly weather. Carrie and Robert struggle through the storm to reach him. Hayden attacks Carrie, and after a tough fight, Robert helps overpower him. Together, they finally stop him. It's quite an intense scene with a dangerous storm on one side and a brutal fight unfolding between them on the other. They recover Hayden's bag and take shelter in a nearby building since the base is locked. Inside, Carrie checks the containers. Robert warns they could be dangerous, but Carrie opens one and finds only jelly beans. This means the real material is still missing, and Hayden had a partner who may have already boarded the evacuation plane. Carrie contacts Sam and asks him to search the plane, but nothing suspicious is found. That means the material is still hidden somewhere in the base. Delelfi survives, and now only a few people remain. Carrie reviews the cargo list and notices some lab equipment was supposed to be loaded onto the plane, but it never was. She heads alone to the lab where she finds 2 large bags. In one of them, Weiss's body is hidden. Carrie still can't figure out where the valuable material is hidden. While thinking, she notices something odd. The stitches on Weiss's leg look exactly like the ones on her own injured fingers with the same knot style. This raises suspicion. She checks Weiss's body again and finds fresh stitches. When she opens them, she discovers a plastic bag hidden inside. To her shock, it's full of diamonds, not radioactive material. Now it all makes sense. Just then, Dr. John Fury walks in. He realizes Carrie knows the truth. Carrie also understands he lied about his granddaughter and asks why he did all this. Fury explains that he spent his whole life serving others and got nothing in return. The diamonds had been buried there for 50 years with no one caring. So, he believed taking them wasn't wrong. Carrie argues that people died because of this and she lost her fingers. More than that, she trusted him and he betrayed her. She tells him she has to report everything. Fury, filled with guilt, says he never meant to hurt anyone. Overcome by regret, he walks out into the storm, seemingly unable to live with what he's done. Carrie is left shocked. 6 months later, the scene shifts. Carrie, Delelfi, and Robert are still at the base. Carrie has decided not to quit her job. Instead, she now wants to transfer to a warmer location. 6 months were about to be completed, and people were expected to return to the base. In the end, we see Carrie step outside to watch the aurora lights. And this is where the film comes to an end.